full-time MMA?
MMA.
Nothing
Yeah.
else?
My life, man, yeah.
Or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Back to the daily grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time
MMA.
There's a lot going on in this video, so I'm just gonna do it all in one video because I gotta get to work. You know I ain't got time to separate this shit. So let's get straight to it. Alright, so Dana White came out at the UFC 217 press conference between Michael Bisping and George St. Pierre. This was the one that was in Canada. I don't know exactly where, I forget, but it streamed today. And while they were there, Dana White was asked the question of who's going to get the next title shot, you know, for Tyron Woodley, because there's a lot of talk of is George St. Pierre going down after if he wins against, you know, there's a lot of talk. He said the winner of Robbie Lawler and Rafael dos Anjos, who also fight in Canada, but not on the same date, they fight December 16th in Winnipeg. UFC 217 is in Madison Square Garden, but still they asked, so the winner of RDA and Robbie Lawler, is that going to be who's fighting Tyron? He was like, yeah, that's who's going to be fighting. Now, a lot of people listening know that when Dana White says, yeah, the winner of this fight is definitely fighting this guy, that literally means nothing. You remember, hey, yeah, no, the winner of Tyron Woodley and Damian Maia, yeah, if it's you, you're going to be the one fighting GSP, pal. And now look, he's at the GSP Bisping press conference. So that at least it does let you know that it's a part of the plan. I mean, Robbie Lawler honestly could have got the title fight after beating Cowboy. There was no real clear-cut #1 contenders, but Tyron Woodley does have a shoulder injury, so he's saying he's going to let the deck get shuffled a little bit. Well, the deck is starting to get shuffled in the welterweight division. At UFC 217, we've got Stephen Thompson versus Jorge Masvidal. We've also got Donald Cerrone fighting Darren Till coming up next week. We've also got RDA versus Robbie Lawler. We've also got Carlos Condit coming back and fighting Neil Magny. I mean, the welterweight division is officially shuffling, and that's good because we're going to get to see fresh matchups. Now, as far as how much does it need to shuffle before Tyron gets a title fight, not that much. He's injured, but I'm telling you what, I'm fine with the winner of Robbie versus RDA fighting Tyron, because Rafael dos Anjos, even though a lot of welterweights are going to be pissed off, like, what? He only had to fight 4 times in the division or 3 times in the division and get a title shot? Yeah, it's a lot better than him skipping everybody, right? We've seen that happen. He's a former champion. Rafael dos Anjos. Even if it was at the lightweight division, this dude has moved up and he's been undefeated at welterweight. He had bad weight cuts at 155. Now he's up 15 pounds and he's been looking great. He doesn't have to clear out the entire welterweight division, partly because he's a former champion. He's shown that he can make it to the top of the ladder, so he gets to skip a few rungs here and there. So he beat so he beat Tarek Saffiedine in his first welterweight fight. Then he fought Neil Magny. I'm talking about Rafael dos Anjos here. Submitted Neil Magny in the first round. Now he's going to be fighting Robbie Lawler. And after that, if he wins this fight, the motherfucker's coming straight for Tyron Woodley's throat. And hey, that's going to be an amazing fight, bro. Whoever wins this fight, this is going to be the fight that people wanted to see with Tyron Woodley. Oh, why go Tyron Woodley's fight so boring? His last 3 fights, even though one of them was fucking fight of the night at Madison Square Garden, UFC 205. Oh, the fights are boring. You know those fucking guys? Yeah. Styles make fights. When you're fighting a fucking guy like Damian Maia, if you choose to not let him take you down and you hurt your shoulder in the first round, fight might not be boring. It might be boring. When you're fighting a counter striker like Wonderboy Thompson, who is not applying the pressure, even though he's in a title fight, that a rematch that he might not necessarily deserve. A lot of people didn't think he should, you know, even the first fight was a draw. And he's a counter striker and he's still not coming forward at all. What are you supposed to do? Come forward and play his game? Not if you're a fucking smart champion. That's not what Tyron Woodley did. But now he's going to be fighting Robbie Lawler or Rafael dos Anjos. And neither one of those guys are just known as a counter striker or a jiu-jitsu guy. You know, they don't only do one thing. These motherfuckers are coming to fight. And we've already seen Robbie Lawler versus Tyron Woodley once. And if you weren't excited by that, you can really eat a dick. I mean, it wasn't much of a fight. It didn't last too long. But at the same time, you got to be fucking entertained. Were you not entertained? Now, the guy that got me into MMA a long time ago, my cousin, my first cousin, I'm sure you guys will fucking hear from him sometime in the future, but He is a huge Robbie Lawler fan, bro. Me and him were going at it. I was giving him shit because I was saying, I mean, you know, he was saying, man, I got Robbie Lawler winning, and I can't wait to see him get his belt back. And I was like, yo, I was telling him, man, Robbie don't want no smoke with Tyron. Quit playing. You know, I'm just giving him shit. But I was talking about how Robbie Lawler at that press conference, they're like, hey, Tyron, you might be next for, or hey, Robbie, it's looking like you're next for Tyron. Are you ready to get your belt back? I'm ready to spend some time with my friends and family and go check up my boy Matt Hughes. You know, he just got hit by, you know, I'm ready to do a lot of other things. Yeah, I need some more time at the post-fight press conference. Hey, Robbie, I've had a little more time to think now, and it's looking like there's no clear-cut #1 contenders in the welterweight division. So have you thought about maybe going and reclaiming your title? I've thought about going and reclaiming some time with my family, and also, you know what I'm saying? So I was giving him shit. But if Robbie Lawler wins this fight, bro, he will 100% be ready to see Tyron Woodley again. And if not, I don't even understand what the fuck he's still doing, bro. Because if you got to get that title shot while you can. So with that being said, I know RDA wants the title shot. He's been. And that's another thing I wanted to do on this video. Rafael dos Anjos went to Twitter and he said, so who all thinks that this fight should be for an interim title? Tyron Woodley was like, whoa. You know, because Tyron already said, if they start talking about an interim title for my belt, I'm going, oh, fuck that. So RDA is talking about it. He's like, hey, anybody else think this should be for an interim title shot, which would guarantee us our fight? Because Dana White's saying that the winner of this fight's Tyron, so fuck it. Why not make it an interim title fight? What's the harm in that? And that is a good point. It's a good point if you're a fan or if you're RDA or Robbie Lawler. If you're guaranteeing me I'm next for the title, what's the problem with putting an interim title on the line? The champ's injured, right? So let us fight for an interim belt. But Tyron Woodley was like, man, get the fuck out of here with that interim talk, dog. I've defended my belt 4 times in 12 months, or defended it 3 times, 4 title fights in 12 months. He beat Robbie Lawler and defended his belt 3 times within fucking 12 months, and that is remarkable for a champion. You don't see champions that active. A lot of champions get the belt, and that's when the marketing opportunities come. So they fucking, I don't know if they train too hard or what the fuck they start doing, but they might get injured or do something, and some shit comes up to where they only get to fight like fucking twice a year. To me personally, I know that I don't fucking know. It kind of feels like sometimes some of these champions are milking their time with the belt. I'm like, oh, I got the belt, you know, I'm gonna fucking, before I fight and defend this motherfucker, I need to go get in some commercials, maybe some movies. We need to see what we can do with this belt before somebody fucks around and takes it off my waist. Tyron Woodley's not that guy. He doesn't feel like there is anyone taking it off his waist, which is why he defended his belt 3 times in under 12 months and fought 4 title fights in 12 months. And when he did that, he became one of the most active UFC champions. Now, before his Robbie Lawler fight, he was pulling the same move a lot of people pulling right now, waiting for his opportunity. The UFC promised him a title shot, and he said, well, that's all I want, so I'm going to wait until you motherfuckers give me that title shot. And that's what he did, and it ended up working out, but he did have to sit out for a while for that to happen. So, I mean, I personally, I don't like when fighters sit out and wait on what they feel like is theirs, but I understand it. If I was that fighter, I would do the same thing. But since I'm just a fan, I want to see the dudes get in there, you know, and keep the fucking UFC and entertainment rolling. But that's clearly, just because that's what we want, these niggas got to make the best decision for them, their family, and their future. So, and when we knew Tyron Woodley wanted the belt from when he fought Kelvin Gastelum, who came in 10 pounds overweight, and Tyron Woodley still gave him all of his money for missing weight back. Like, yo, I'm not here to take your money. I know you got a family in a camp and everybody you need to pay. I'm here for this motherfucking strap, this motherfucking welterweight belt. So keep your money. I want a title shot. That lets you know where fucking Tyron Woodley's head was. That nigga's trying to get that belt. And so for that, that's much respect. Even the fact that he gave Kelvin Gastelum his money back. How many people are going to do that? You know, you get free money. Dude missed weight, let alone by 10 pounds, yo. Instead of 20%, that should have been like 40%. But Tyron Woodley did want it 0%. So respect to Tyron Woodley. He's one of my favorite fighters. Of course, like nobody, I don't like the complaining when it seems like him complaining. Even though he does make some good points sometimes he also contradicts himself, which kind of takes credence away from the good points. With that being said, I'm a fan of Tyron Woodley's fights. Even his last 2 fights, the fucking Maya and the Wonder Boy 2 fight, I enjoyed. the Wonder Boy fight and the Tyron Woodley fight. A lot of people gave it slack, but to me, I'm sitting on the edge of my fucking couch. Like, at any moment, some shit could happen. Now, just because it didn't happen, didn't take away from the fact that I was on edge. I was like, oh shit, if Tyron decides, or if Tyron connects, or if Tyron comes in and then Wonder Boy connects, who knows what the fuck can happen? You know, like a Matador and a Bull scenario. Like, you know, it was like Wonder Boy was the Matador, Tyron was low-key like the Bull in my mind, and if Tyron charges forward, he could get stopped, or he could just charge the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, I liked that fight. Even the Damian Maia fight, I mean, that wasn't the most entertaining fucking brawl or whatever the fuck you want to say, but at the same time, yo, I enjoyed that fight. It was masterful to see the takedown defense. Damian Maia couldn't really do anything, and Damian Maia is elite, and Damian Maia is 100% underrated. I mean, that's just a fact. He doesn't get enough respect. He's been at the top of the welterweight division for a long time now. He's been in the sport for a long time now, and he was just on like a 6 or 7 fight winning streak in the welterweight division, which in my opinion is one of the most stacked divisions. That's in my opinion. Some people might disagree, but shit, if you look 1 through fucking 15 of the welterweight division, man, you're gonna see some fucking beasts, and including Kamaru Usman, who is like ranked like number 12, and he might be one of the top 5 in there. I mean, I'm just saying, the welterweight's got some fucking talent, some deep talent. So with that being said, it is what it is. I gotta fucking get this rent paid and get to work, so this is gonna be the only video I can get out before work, but after work, you know what it is. It's back to the grind. Let the haters know what the fuck you talking about in the comments. I'm out. The dudes that hate on the full-time family are the type of dudes to send a new Facebook friend request after the first one gets declined.
Bye, Felicia.